What's going on, people, and welcome to the Blue Steel Podcast Show. I'm your co-host LV Live, along with my co-host Jeff. Brother man, I can officially say the finals are over, my man.
What's going on? Yeah, it appears to be that way. Um, I'm still I'm shocked, man. Personally I'm still shocked. Um, that it's 3-1. I did not see this coming. I thought it'd be the other way around. You know,
Yeah, I
but
mean, I mean,
proven
uh,
wrong once again.
yeah, I mean, you
So
and I both. People, welcome for coming to our show. This is gonna be our quick hitter today. I hope you guys are enjoying the beautiful weather this weekend. I'm here in the Northeast, so wherever you're at. But please, once again, hit us up at the Blue Steel Show at gmail.com, Blue Steel Show at gmail.com. Also, too, please hit that like, share, and subscribe button. Next to that subscribe button, excuse me, hit that bell icon. When you hit that bell icon, people, if you don't know, people who do know, please educate your friends and family. The bell icon, what that does is it notifies you to let you know when our show has come out. It'll come up, you'll get a ping, and they'll say this is one of our newest shows that's come out. So please definitely hit that bell icon. Uh, but Jeff, let's get right to it. I mean, Jeff,
so
I don't, I didn't see this coming. Similar to you, um, but Kawhi is pulling off a playoffs very similar to Dwayne Wade esque um, of what he did back there with those with that Heat team that had Shaq on it. I mean, he's definitely to me the best player in the playoffs this year.
yeah, he's definitely he is. I think he has 14 30-point games so far. That's like top 3 or 4 all time. I just saw that a few days ago. He's putting his stamp. Like I must have forgot. Remember that song from Roy Jones
That's
back in the
right.
day?
And then he got
I
knocked
must
out.
have forgot. Yeah, right. So he's definitely put his mark on the playoffs, man, and showing he's top 2, 3 in the league for sure. I mean, not that we didn't know that, but he's showing it on the court. So he's out there putting in work, man, and not even 100% right now. So um, and still putting in work. So
I mean, you're absolutely right. I mean, but my thing is that can the Warriors come back, Jeff? I mean, I don't think so. Only way is that if KD does a Willis Reed. Um, I mean, that's just my opinion. I mean, I don't see it. I think Toronto is a lot more grittier. Another word I'm going to use, I think they're hungry. They really want it.
mm-hmm.
The Warriors, I think they're kind of on cruise control. I think the injury bug's starting to catch up to them. 5 years in a row, I think making it this long. I think guys are starting to break down a bit. KD, the other guy, Looney, fell and hurt his hip, and I mean his ribs. Excuse me. Then Clay Thompson. I mean, I just think that it's catching up to him, and you got a team that's very very hungry, and they really want it. I mean, they really want it, and that's what it seems like the Warriors have run into a buzzsaw here.
Yeah, I mean, I think we speaking before the show, pre-show. Like I said, I think a lot of things for the Golden State been predicated off of other teams' injuries and demise. Even the last thing we talked about when a couple years ago when Kawhi was killing them with the Spurs and Zaza Pachulia walks underneath Kawhi, they up 25, and I think in the second quarter, and the whole series flips. Um, the first year they won the championship, Kyrie and Love are out. You know, and they really never been injured. I mean, seriously, like Steph's missed some games here and there, but you have Clay and Draymond who never really miss games. Unless Draymond's getting suspended or something. Otherwise, they don't miss games. They've been extremely healthy. So, deep playoff runs are always a tough one on you, but not to take anything away from them, but those are facts. There's been teams that have been hurt along the way, and it's just their year to go through it. Um, but I agree 100%, man. You got 3 rings sitting there, and Kyrie, Kyrie has one, but everybody else is there. They don't got nothing on their hands. So, everybody wants that championship when you're this close, and you're absolutely right. And Golden State's not as deep as they used to be. They used, strength in numbers. They don't got numbers like that. They're really top heavy. They go about 6, 7 deep, really, and that's it. Six, really, and that's it. And everybody's not even healthy that's playing. So it catches up with you. And we'll see how they ultimately counter it. But yeah, it's not looking like they could. To me, they could come back and win Game 5. They could. Do I think they will? I don't. But I think Toronto just outplayed them the whole series, basically. But they could definitely win. And honestly, Toronto, you definitely want to win this game because you ain't never played no Game 7 before. So you want to win tonight or tomorrow, excuse me.
Yeah, I mean, you said it best. You know what I mean? But I think it's funny how we said it's funny how we said the Warriors in either 5 or 6 before. I think you said 5. I think I said 6.
Yeah, it's at 5. Yep.
And we should have switched it around. We should have said the other team because that's what it's looked like it's going to be. I think they take them out in either 5 or 6. I don't think KD's coming back. But then that leads us into this summer because Jeff, I think I don't know. I think his calf injury is a lot more serious than what I thought. I think it might be a strained Achilles. I think it might be, and they're not saying anything about it. I think because they're trying to hold off because of if people don't know, if you go to the hospital, you go to the doctor, there's this, the HIPAA contract, you have that. So if you don't want people to know your health stuff, you don't have to. And I think he's using the HIPAA right now. I think he's using that to kind of hold off because of he's thinking about this summer, and what possibly his money might be looking like because when he first got that injury, it seemed as if it might be an Achilles.
Yeah, he reacted like it was.
Right, and I don't
Everybody
think
said it looked like he kicked in the back. Yeah.
right, and I don't think he might have tore it. I think he might have strained it. And I think if he played on it more, he might have had a potential of possibly tearing it. And I think that's why he's not playing.
Yeah.
And I could be going on a reach here, people. It's just my gut feeling. It's just odd to me that he's not back in the finals by now. Like this is the finals. You know what I'm saying? You have to drag something. They got one leg they will play.
Right.
But he's not going about it that way. So I think this calf strain is a lot more worse than what we think. I don't think it's a calf. I think it could be an Achilles. And I don't know. There's rumors out there, Jeff. There's rumors going on that it might be a totally different New York team that him and Kyrie play on. So especially with Kyrie looking at apartments, looking at brownstones in downtown Manhattan. There's been pictures of him and stuff on Instagram of him going look at apartments, sightings in NYC.
Really?
Yeah, man.
I thought he bought a house in Jersey.
Right. So
that's what I heard.
but these guys rent stuff, because he's got to be close. I mean, we know Jersey in the city is close, but he might want to be right there.
Right.
So I don't know. That other New York team is looking very enticing, Jeff.
Hey. Yeah, man. How do you feel about this, man? That it was all last year we've been hearing KD to the Knicks, Kyrie to the Knicks, not the other borough. Jay-Z and Biggie's problem is said to be taking y'all 2-star players away from you. How you feel about that? Yeah, how you feel?
Brooklyn. It's breaking my heart right now. You hear me, people? Did you hear me, Jeff? It's breaking my heart. But man, I'm getting emotional right now. I'm trying to put my sports hat on and be hey, I hear your laughter back there, man. You relax, okay? Let me have my moment.
Your floor is yours.
How long have the Knicks been bad? I think Patrick Ewing put a voodoo on us since we let him go.
With the finger roll?
Yeah, I don't know, man. But in all honesty, to get my emotional hat off, take it off, put my sports hat back on. I mean, the Brooklyn Nets, and actually Barclays is a hot place now. There was a lot of boxing stuff going on there. They got a new owner. I think he's Asian guy. I forget his name. I'm not. I say Asian because I'm not sure if he's Japanese or Chinese. I'm not sure. So I want to be correct in what I say about him. I think he's about to take over and be majority owner. So
Mm-hmm.
I think that brings a lot of money into Brooklyn and possibly advertising. If I'm correct, I think he's like the owner or partial owner of that new site called Alibaba. If you're familiar with it, it's very similar to Amazon and eBay. If people don't know, check out Alibaba.com. You can get all types of stuff from there. So I think he has money. He has some ties with that. So that's all like international stuff. That's enticing to those guys because they know that they want to make money after basketball. So there's a lot of things at play. Of course, the Rock Nation, Live Nation, Jay Z, all that stuff is also connected because he still has his paws in on that, even though he sold his part of it. He's still connected to that in some way, shape, form, or fashion because he is from Brooklyn. So it's a lot of moving parts in Brooklyn. A lot of moving parts, and if you get in front of those guys and you set up a meeting and you say, hey, look, this is what we've done these last couple of years. This is what they've done, meaning the Knicks. This is what you'll be involved in. This is what we can do. All we need is you to put us over this hump. And believe it or not, you're in a weaker conference in the East, which you have potential to possibly get to the finals a lot more quicker. And you can be the Golden State of the East. So it's very enticing. Because then all you got to do is show them the Knicks. You just show James Dolan. You show his face, and then everybody runs away. And that's the problem. That's the big problem. So I'm crossing my fingers, Jeff. I know I went off on a tangent. I apologize. I'm emotional here, but I'm crossing my fingers and hoping that they come down to 34th and Madison, man. They come in and they want to be part of the legacy and bring back the Knicks to prominence. I pray, Jeff. I'm praying.
Man, yeah, they're gonna have. I like the executive team that the Knicks have. I like now. I love the coach. Um, Tisdale, like him a lot. Um, it'll be interesting, man. Like if I'd rather go to the Knicks. It's just the Knicks. I don't care if it's Brooklyn, whatever it is. I love Brooklyn, you know that. But I would go to the Knicks if I was a player. It's kind of like going to the Clippers if you're in LA. To be honest with you.
If I'm correct, sorry I cut you off. In LA, they call them the Dippers. They don't call them the Clippers. They call them the Dippers.
Or the Slippers, or yeah, I've heard several different, little derogatory nicknames, I guess. But um, that's where I would go. I think it'll be interesting. I don't if he didn't really like playing with LeBron. Allegedly. Well, not allegedly. He didn't when he was younger. That's why he wanted to get out of there, out of Cleveland. How's it playing with KD, who, in my opinion, is more of a, KD's a one-on-one player as opposed to LeBron, who's more of a distributor. And LeBron didn't mind letting Kyrie take the last shot. We all remember the shot he hit over Steph. To win that championship. So how does that work? Like those dynamics, because they keep linking them together. I mean, a lot of these guys are really cool and they do stuff in the off season. There's a lot of links. I mean, with Kyrie and Kobe and the Lakers and LeBron, who knows what this guy's going to do? They could have 5, 6 houses all over the place. I heard rumors about Kawhi buying some property in Toronto, which is a beautiful city in his own regard. But there's a lot of, it's very interesting, man. Actually, and I wanted to get back to what you said about Prokhorov owning the Nets. He has 51%. He's Canadian and Taiwanese. It's Joseph Tsai is the other guy's name who owns 49%. He takes over in 2021-22. Right, he has an option to take control of the team over at that point. So kind of you mentioned that earlier, but he's Canadian and Taiwanese, so he was partially right. So, but Yeah, man. Those three people, the dominoes is KD, Kawhi, and Kyrie for the summer. I don't think a lot of the other people that are free agents really move all that much. I mean, Kimba, I believe is out, but he's gonna have to wait for those three to figure out where they're going. You know, nobody's gonna sign Kimba Walker if Kyrie's still out there and he has an interest in your franchise. Um, there's just levels to this, and he's not at that level. You know what I mean? So, but if I had to predict, I think I'm hoping for you, man, that they go to the Knicks. It's looking like Brooklyn. You don't really make moves. I mean, you make moves to get open to have the opportunity to do that. I think Kawhi, if they win, man, who knows what that cat's gonna do. I'd like to see him stay in Toronto. Um, I think they got opportunity to, to to be really good for a number of years. They add a couple pieces here and there, but what do you think Kawhi's gonna do? Nobody knows, obviously, but what do you think he's gonna do?
Uh, Yo, man, he's like a vault, man. You don't know what he's like. You know what I mean? You don't know what he's gonna do.
Exactly.
You don't know what he's thinking. You don't know. I mean, the guy is just. I mean, he just has this blankness about him, and you really don't know. You don't know if he ate breakfast this morning or if he didn't. You don't know if he's happy, if he's sad. You don't really know what makes him tick. So, um, I mean, he's an enigma, man. I mean, he's very very different from the rest. Um,
Right.
if I had to pick, I think he was always leaving.
Think
Um,
he's always leaving.
I think getting a championship here doesn't keep him. I mean, he had a championship in San Antonio that didn't make him stay. He got Finals MVP that year.
Right.
So I don't think a championship forces him to stay. I think he's going to want to be someplace where he wants to be, not where he had to go. Um, and I think he's always been trying to go back home. I think he's always been trying to go back west. Um, and I think it's either the Clippers or the Lakers. Um,
He's not going to the Lakers.
I'm just saying. Hey, look, we said Kyrie wasn't going to Brooklyn. We said the name popped up. So I don't know. So I'm just saying. I think.
I just I
Look, he
just
wants.
don't think he.
Right. I hear what
I
you're
think
saying. But
he wants
he
his own
wants.
team.
Right. But he wants to go back west. Whatever that
Right.
team is,
So it seems so.
I think he's going. I think it doesn't. I think it didn't matter if he won here or not. I think he already made a decision. I'll give you a perfect example. Everyone's signing with Nike and Adidas and Under Armour. He signed with New Balance.
Right.
Like that's just who he is. Like he just, he's an enigma, man. He's just totally different from everything else. Um, so I don't think he stays. If he does, all right, great. They must have sold him a good piece of an apartment or property, like you stated.
Oh, he got all types of. They got
Right.
free meals for life. That there was a penthouse I saw like in downtown that they said they can get for free. They offer him the city. You know. I think if he stays, he does a short term deal, like a 2 year deal.
Right.
If he actually stays, I don't think he does anything longer than that.
Yeah.
And make sure to keep the pressure on him, kind of like Kate.
Right. Yeah. I mean, yeah, man. I mean, you just don't know with that guy. But I don't think. To me, what I get from him, and once again, this is just me, just you know, jumping off of the plane right now. Just, I think he's always wanted to be in control of his own destiny. He had issues with that in San Antonio, if you remember. He didn't like how they were treating him. I don't even think he has an agent. I think his uncle is his agent, something like that.
I think that's correct. Something of that nature.
Yeah, like he doesn't, so he doesn't move to the beat of everybody else's drum. Like he just doesn't. He does his own thing.
Right.
He still got the cornrows from college. I mean, he just does his own thing, man. He doesn't care. He just, so that's what I'm saying. I'll put it to you like this, Joe. I wouldn't be shocked if he went to Portland. You know what I'm saying? Like, I wouldn't be shocked by that. Even though they don't have cap space, I don't think. I'm just throwing it out there.
Right. Just go anywhere, wherever you.
Right. I wouldn't be shocked if he said I'm going to Phoenix just because. I don't know. Just because you'd be like, why would he do that? But that's
Because
why.
he want to.
Right. Right. That's
You know?
right. That's why. So,
I'm doing my own thing.
Yeah, but I think the goal has always been to go back home. I think the goal has always been to go back out west.
We'll see, man. We'll see if we have a. I don't think he's all emotional like Paul George. So,
Right.
um, yeah, he does what he wants, like you absolutely said, man. Absolutely, it'll be fun, man. It's coming, man. We got less than a month for July 1st, so we'll be eating it up a lot more. I
Yeah,
call more people,
yeah. Hey,
more of these free agents.
before we close out, man, I just want to ask you, what's the Lakers show going to do, man?
Uh, um, I think the best shot we got, one again, it's the top three. I guess Kyrie, Kawhi, I don't think have any shot. I think, I mean KD, excuse me, Kawhi, KD, I do think. I mean Kyrie, I think we do have a good shot again. We think we had a better shot if they wasn't stupid and didn't hire Ty Lue, unless he didn't like Ty Lue or something. But from what I know, he did. But I think we have a decent shot at getting him. And then from there, I don't know, man. Honestly, I think more than anything, I think we need to try to get that trade executed with AD and get him into the late show.
Oh, yeah,
And from there, you just build around it. So.
yeah. Hey, man, real quick, did you see? Talking about AD, did you see the post or the quote that Rajon Rondo was quoted saying?
I saw him saying something about. I didn't read. There was an article. I never read it. About him talking about the season. What did he say specifically?
Yeah, he said, and this is pretty. It's pretty tough, man. Is what he said. He said that when it came to the team in the trade rumors, right, with Anthony Davis, he said something on the lines of, you have all these kids on the team who looked up to LeBron, had his jersey growing up, had his sneakers, and now he's on the team, right? And then you hear the trade rumors, and it's kind of like as if your mom and dad wanted to trade you away for a new kid.
That's an interesting way to put it.
I said, wow, man. I never thought about it like that. And
right.
he said that was the dip because everyone was like, like dad, you know what I mean? Like, you want to get rid of me? You know what I mean? But hey, it's not personal. It's not personal. It's business. But to these kids, they around LeBron. They looking at him
young.
like
They young. Yeah.
Right.
That's a good point, man. I mean,
wow.
There was definitely the cohesiveness is needed on the team, no matter how much talent you got, and trusting each other, and and if that's broken, then I could see that for sure. I could definitely see that.
Yeah.
No excuse, but I could see that. These dudes are young, so these guys are young, and LeBron's an icon, so I could definitely see that. But ultimately, LeBron just want to win. You can't win no championship with the team presently constructed. So y'all got to go if y'all got to go. I don't know what to tell you.
Very
NBA,
true.
you're making millions to play basketball. Suck it up.
Well said from the Laker fan.
Yeah, we need that AD trade. That's what we need. And everything else will fall into place.
Yeah, I got you. I feel you on that, man. Yo, great show, man.
Yes, sir. Always.
Yeah, people, we'll be back next week, definitely. But please hit that subscribe button, please, and hit that bell icon. That's where you will get the notifications for our show. Once again, please hit us up at bluesteelshow@gmail.com, bluesteelshow@gmail.com. Come check us out. Send us an email about questions, statements, anything that you have in regards to our show. And please come through and check it out, please.
Absolutely. We appreciate the love from everybody. YouTube, Blue Steel Show. Instagram, Blue Steel Show. Twitter @ShowSteel. Let's get everybody having a safe and blessed week, man. You too as well, bro.
All right, man. Talk to you soon, man.
All right. Later.